1. Hey everyone, welcome to the Playback Podcast presented by Carr, your weekly podcast featuring America's favorite dancers, hosted by America's favorite road warriors. We are your hosts, Jocelyn and Kristen, and today we are joined by the lovely Mr. Caley Carr. He is one of our convention teachers. Welcome, welcome.
Wow, what an introduction. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're just happy to be here. Like we mentioned last episode, we have been starting to add guests. So you're technically, I guess you'd say, our second guest.
Oh, second guest? I'll take that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. First one was a test drive, and then now this is like a little bit.
Yeah, now we're professional.
Now you're professional.
We know
Love that.
exactly what we're doing. Mm-hmm. Right, Nate?
Yep.
You sure about that?
We're recording this time.
Perfect.
So
That's good. That's all we asked.
You didn't record last time. I love this. This is going great, guys. Good.
Yeah.
It was it was quite the time last week. We were here until 5:30.
It's okay, though, because now we're really prepared.
Yeah.
That's good. I like
He
that.
set this up last night.
Yeah, nice job, Nate. Love it. This is looking awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Nate's wearing his playback sweatshirt today, too. He's really repping
He's
that.
full repping.
So we love it.
It looks nice. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. It's embroidered.
Yes.
Yeah. Madison, our
Old host.
Old
too soon.
co-host.
Too soon.
Too soon.
We used to have a third girl here, but
She already got fired?
no, she didn't get fired.
No.
No, she just is like a beautiful pageant girl that has an amazing business, and she has to go and live her dreams, and that's okay.
Oh, that's amazing. I love
support
that for her.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Okay.
Good thing.
But back to dance. So, Kaylee, tell us a little bit about yourself and your background with dance.
Okay, background with dance. Late bloomer start, more specifically my relationship with the convention world. I actually never went to convention as a kid growing up. I was a breakdancer in high school. That's kind of where it ended.
Whoa.
But my first time going to a convention was with Greg Russell, and that was really wild. And then my first time actually and we were only performing, which was for Carr in Vegas. I know.
Throwback.
I know, throwback.
Okay.
Greg Russell. Oh, and Zach Saunders performed with me too.
Oh my
Dang.
gosh.
I know.
So
This,
it's like a full circle
this
moment.
is such
that
a
we're
full
having.
circle moment.
Okay.
Yes.
I like it.
Yep. And then my first time actually being on convention was teaching on convention, which was crazy because it's a complete crash course. But luckily I got to learn from one of the best, Mr. Greg Russell. Shout out once again. So super helpful. And I literally try to bring the same energy he used to, he was so accepting and it was we're all in this together, and I love that energy. And I think that's why he was such a brilliant person in the dance industry, especially the convention world. So I try to manifest that kind of energy from the dude himself.
Dang, you would never know that you weren't a convention kid.
No, not at all. I had no idea.
Dang, that's wild.
I didn't really know the convention world till I was 22.
Wow.
Yeah.
So where would you say, if you weren't doing convention, were you dropping in on different classes, trying to find your own style? Because you said, how did you go from break dancing to tap?
Okay, so I randomly, so it's
Kind of a natural progression.
Yeah.
Yeah, naturally it goes hand in hand. Break dancers go buy tap shoes and then off they go. Yeah. No, randomly enough, breakdancing, flipping off walls, doing all that fun stuff. And then I went to college. I was like, I'm going to try dance, ballet, jazz, modern. Who does this at 18?
Just decides.
Yeah, I'm going to do all these classes. I'm buying ballet slippers. What's happening? But then I took tap, and I didn't know, but my mentor, Linda Soul Ellison, who still teaches at Orange Coast College, is a master. And she grew up under Foster Johnson, Gregory Hines, all these greats.
Yeah.
So, getting to learn from her, I didn't know because I was a little punk. But I had
One of the best teachers, yeah.
She's yo, I'm gonna hand you down real knowledge.
Yeah.
And I'm getting back from surfing, oh cool, what are we doing today?
So funny.
I know. And she took me into her company. I did her company, Rhapsody and Taps, for about cool. 3.5 years. And then Greg Russell had an audition, and then I went and auditioned for Greg Russell, which is where I met Zach Saunders.
Got it.
Besties. That's 10, 12, somewhere like that years ago.
Dang.
And then Greg Russell brought me into his company, Tap Sounds Underground.
Dang.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And that really he's yo, this is the industry. Welcome. Because I didn't know anything.
So Zach, was he kind of similar, new to that world at the same time as you? So you guys kind of helped each other out, or he was I'll show you the ropes?
He didn't show me nothing.
No. Well, maybe he was already professionally auditioning.
He
and
was
everything
much
like
more.
that.
He was way more into the industry already.
Yeah. Okay,
Zach
cool,
Saunders
cool.
from Ohio.
Yep.
What parts? No one knows. No, something like Columbus.
Yeah. So he says.
So he says. I don't know. He's from the sticks. I don't know. I love him. Okay, no. But Zach and I were in the back of the room, like, whoa, like I've never done Greg Russell's type of choreography.
Yeah.
And he was back there, and he's like, I don't know what's going on. I was like, me too. And he's like, you want to be friends? And we're like, yeah, we're for sure friends. And I know. But he was already deep in the hip hop world and everything, and like he was getting back into tap at that time.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Which he's a vicious hip hop dancer, if no one knows.
Yeah. I've seen some of his stuff on Instagram, and I'm like, wait, can you also come and teach hip hop on convention?
He does. He's good.
But I feel like that's what sets your guys' class apart from like a normal tap routine. Like you were even saying last year that one of our team members, he's like more of like that hip hop artist, and he watched your class and then he wanted to go buy tap shoes. So it's like you're making it look fun enough to dancers who have no background in tap, but your energy or whatever it is, it's
fun teaching with Zach because literally that's our goal. Our goal isn't to teach to the like 5 kids with custom tap shoes. They love tap dancing.
They do, right?
But if we can get someone to go buy tap shoes, like legitimately me and Zach, same wavelength, we had a good class. And that's all we really want to do is strive to get kids in socks and sneakers to go get shoes. And when I see them next season, they're in the room with tap shoes,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's the goal.
And you said...
That's literally Jocelyn.
Jocelyn's going to show up to Anaheim convention.
Because I was not like, and we joked about it too. The week before of HDE, everyone was like, "Oh, are you going to take a class?" And I was like, "No, I'm not going to take a class. I'm retired. I'm broken. Like I can't." And then
there she was in class.
There I was tapping away.
First, she learned the teen combo outside of the class,
and that's when I knew that I wanted to take the next class. Yeah. But
you were a little closet case for our teen class. I
was
standing outside the room learning.
And then for the senior class, you kicked that door to splinters, and you're like, "We're doing this."
Yes, and it was worth it. It was worth it. It was so much fun, honestly.
Yeah,
but I feel like people don't realize how hard tap is. Like I feel like it is so underrated in like the actual technique, but not even just that, like your stamina, because you're jumping, you're essentially, you're like, I was going to say hula hooping, but you're jump roping. You're like
jump roping.
You're consistently jumping.
Hula hooping.
Okay.
Maybe like salsa is like hula hooping or something. But
more hips. That was good, Nate. Good pull. Come here. Switch chairs.
You want to take over?
Actually, the next day, I forget what it was, Josh, but you were like, "Oh gosh, I went
to Disneyland.
We were at Disney. Oh, I'm so sore from tap class."
I was.
I was like, "Did you really do?" I was in there, and I thought you were kind of joking at first, and like 20 minutes later, you're still doing it, and I'm like, "Oh wait, you're in this class."
Well,
that class was happening too.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, once you commit to a class, you have to commit to the class. Like, don't be that dancer that like starts and then 5 minutes into the combo, you're like, actually, I'm going to go ahead and sit this one out. Like, you're there, might as well take advantage, even if it's not your, 100% style that you're comfortable in. That's what convention and what HDE and those types of classes are for. Yeah.
At all.
100%. No one is judging. You or your worst critic is you. It's the only person you can 100%, right? But I love that. Like, don't quit. Like, fake it all. I know this one A count, fake it. Another A count, fake it. I know the ending. Sick.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you are ever lost in the sauce for a class, make sure you know the beginning and the ending. What happens in the middle, who cares? But as long as you start and end strong, you feel halfway decent about yourself, or that just might be me.
No, I agree.
Yeah. I might just be lying to myself.
But you were even saying in your class that all you wanted people to take away from your class is to learn one new step. Like, you didn't put the whole, we're learning an entire combination and I want you to get every single thing. You literally said one step. Did you learn one step today? And I feel like you consistently had that throughout your entire class.
That's literally my mantra for teaching on convention. Mm-hmm. Listen, if I have you once a week, like for a season, I'm going to yell at you if you don't progress, because that is my job. Yeah. But in a convention setting, one step. Different. It's not an audition. I'm not booking people for a job. Mm-hmm. I don't need you to get the whole combo because I really want video content for my page.
Right.
Like I'm just not on that train. Like, that's just not me.
Yeah.
And if you can learn one step out of my class, then you go to your next tap class. You take one more step. You go to another tap class. You take one more step. Now we're building a repertoire of steps for our little.
Absolutely.
Right? That's our tool belt.
Yeah.
So we just got to keep adding little tools. I mean, that's it. Yeah.
I like that. That was a good answer. Because I feel like with tap, it's like, I feel like you either start super young and then you are just dedicated to tap your whole life, and whether it means your solos or just jumping into group dances, but you're like tapping consistently, or you're one of those kids that started with jazz or lyrical and then you never touch tap because you're like, oh well, I'm already 11 or I'm already 12. And so I feel like it's cool knowing that you were 18 and then just picked it up, because I feel like there's like this mental block in dancers where they 1,000%. Think, oh, you know what I mean?
Like, it's too late for me.
Exactly. They think it's like something you have to pick up in tiny tots.
And that's so silly. You don't
It is silly,
it's silly. I know tap is just like anything else though. You have to geek out on it and do it all the time. You gotta do it in the elevator, you gotta do it at the bank, you gotta do it at the grocery store when you're trying to buy groceries, but you keep forgetting what you're looking for because you're tap dancing.
Yes.
Like it's just gotta be kind of obsessive, because doing tap once a week for 1 hour is not enough, like at studios, which I know that's kind of like...
No, it's not,
That's the lay down, you know, and everything else translates. Ballet, jazz, modern, lyrical, they all have that through line of technique, and then you go to tap, and you're like, what do you want me to do with my feet? And I'm like, I know, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like making that combination of hip-hop and tap kind of makes them get a little bit more comfortable with it than just like a straight Broadway tap routine or something. Like you said, your energy, but your song, like tell them the song that you used, because I would never in my brain hear this song and think, oh, I'm going to do a tap routine to this.
First, you can just
Senior tap is let the bodies hit the floor.
Let the bodies hit the
That's
floor.
pretty good.
Let the
So intense.
Yeah, it's
Jocelyn
very
was fired
heavy.
up.
It was
back.
because you would never think that would be a tap routine. Like when I think of a tap routine, I think of what you see at a competition. You know,
Like
what I mean?
Broadway Banana.
1,000%.
Oh no.
1,000%.
I feel like your tap classes are cool.
Thank
How did
you.
you decide, or when did you decide that you were going to be like that style? I'm going to throw cool classes, like rock songs or hip hop songs. Like, how did you decide that as opposed to just your typical?
So as a breakdancer, I grew up with that hip hop energy, you know. So I grew up like hip hop. But also, I literally teach where my emotional state is. So like if you would have got me like 2 seasons ago, I was doing a lot of contemporary, like contemporary tap ass. Contemporary, yeah. Coin that right here.
I like that.
And I was being real like in my class because I had a lot of emotion moving on.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And then my brother and I, we go to a lot of concerts, like hardcore concerts, you know? Bad Religion, like we go see all these crazy, a lot of mosh pits and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, ooh, like this is kind of an energy. Like I want to bring this to a class. Totally. And then I was like, I wonder if kids have mosh pit. Like I've been in a mosh, you know.
I was
say
like, they have.
You know, I was like, all right, let me give them this energy, because this is kind of like it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a different culture, and maybe they're not exposed to that. So it's about me trying to find like where I'm actually at in my life and what do I want to bring, like new experiences. I'm trying to make my classes more like a festival, like an experience.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You know, instead of just a class.
Just a normal class at a convention.
Once again, I teach tap. When those kids walk into my room, it's like walking into the dentist, you know?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, dude, we're going to do this thing, you know? Mm-hmm. So I literally have to flip the script. Like, how do I change that? You know, they walk into hip hop. They're like, everyone gets cotton candy. That's them into a hip hop class.
Yeah.
You know?
It's true.
Yeah. Like, lyrical is like, it's an ice cream party. Lyrical, you know? Like, contemporary. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You know? They walk into my room. They're like, bro, what are you going to do to me? I hope I get it, you know?
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I like that.
Was that pretty good?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
All right, sick.
I feel like you're just being authentically you. Like you're just
Crazy.
But not even that, because you were saying like 2 years ago it was a different you. So I think it's
was.
But also I think that's important as a convention teacher, because if you're, I don't want to say putting on an act, but if you come out and you're not being vulnerable with those kids and you're not, you know, giving like a give and take, then they're not going to get as much out of it. And I feel like that's what they love. Like at the gala, when you showed up and you were like dancing in the middle, like they were so fired up. And I think it's like they're seeing you as a human and not just as this teacher person.
I'm totally a human. I make a bunch of silly mistakes and I'm ridiculous and I'm a cartoon character and you know, like I'm just not like this convention teacher, and then you don't put me in a box and then bring me out next convention.
Are you and Zach, are you guys competitive in any way, in a sense of you guys are going to be on opposite cities each week? Are you guys at all interested on the buzz on whose class was more fun? Because we're like that with the staff on the other convention team.
Not at all. The reason we work so well when we teach together, because it doesn't matter who's teaching the class, doesn't matter whose choreo we're using, doesn't matter, like it's about just delivering and making people enjoy our class, which we're on the same page. So it's not about who's better or who's going to have a more hype class.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're just trying to fill that class. So maybe for footage, my class didn't look hype, but the kids were pumped.
Right.
You know, but
Yeah.
maybe it doesn't read well on camera.
Absolutely.
You know, but that's all that matters to us. As long as the people that are in our room leave like, whoa, that was sick. I like tap. If they say I want to go buy tap shoes, we had a great class, even if we learned 4/8 counts, which you can't film and put on
Instagram.
you can't, you know, like can't use that for the media.
That's not the answer that Nate wanted. Nate,
No,
Nate wanted some drama.
He wanted some tea.
Hey, I'm just trying to find it. I mean, I'm not
He's
trying to
find the
create it. I'm
tea.
just trying to find where it's at. But we need to get some
tea.
loaner tap shoes and start taking them on convention for this season, because I do feel like the kids throughout the day, like at HDE, they kind of hear what's going on in the tap room,
Yeah.
and then they're like curious, and then by the end of the day, you don't have as many people that I feel like senior room that would have maybe filtered out for tap, as opposed to if it was like the first class compared to later in the day when they know.
Like,
Because I definitely feel like your tap class is a vibe. It seems super fun, and I mean, Jocelyn took the class.
yeah.
Yeah, rad.
Shoes, yeah.
Yeah, I always get so sad when people like seniors or the teens, because now we're getting to that age where like, well,
Yeah.
tap's not my thing. I'm just not going to take that class.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, you didn't give my class a chance, you know? And they just dip. And then sometimes you see them kind of schmiggling in the back, like looking, you know? And they're like,
they're
oh,
like,
I missed something.
Yeah.
I missed the moment.
But that's why I was saying, like, if you're there, you
Just
might as
do
well take a
it.
class, even if it's something that you don't think you're interested in, or you've seen their choreography before and you're like, oh, that's not really my vibe. Just take it, because it's going to push you.
100%. The first step to getting good at something is being horribly awful. And that's everything in life. Like, if I want to learn how to do pottery, I'm going to make the worst pots for the first year.
True.
None of them will hold water. They're going to be awful. I mean, I love being awful at things. This is a real thing. I love learning things, and I love being terrible.
Yeah.
Like, here's a big slice of humble pie. You're the worst at this. And then you learn. You learn how to get a little bit better at it, and then get a little bit better at it, you know? And
1000%.
yeah, and you can't do that if you never take that first step. Like, if you're already out the door,
Yeah.
you know, missed opportunity. Maybe you could be really good at tap. Maybe you can know just enough. You could book Rockettes. Who knows?
Boom.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Should we do a little quick New York invitation really quick? I'm just kidding.
Speaking of
If you want to be a
Rockettes,
Rockette, head to New York on our experience next summer, and you can train with some of the best of the Rockettes and Broadway Dance Center.
But make sure you register now, because it will sell out.
register now. Oh, go ahead. I just wanted to be funny. Go ahead.
Anyways, we have this cool protege program that we started last season. You actually taught before we started the protege program. What did you find that was different bringing those proteges on and having those assistants?
It's a
Was
win-win.
that-
It's amazing.
Okay.
I love the protege program.
Yeah.
It's great. We get someone we get to lean on,
Mm-hmm.
which is a win-win for both of us. One, I don't have to run the routine because their job is to know the routine,
Right.
right? You're a protege. Your job is to make sure you're getting this. But also, they're pushing themselves constantly, right? Like their bar isn't just taking class. It's above that. Now I need to demonstrate these routines without help.
Yeah.
Right. So they really have to step it up a notch, and they have to bring their best to really be a protege.
Yeah.
So they're learning really quickly on the fly, and they don't have time to really think, which really sharpens their tools.
Yeah.
You know, makes you much more of a proficient dancer if you can pick up choreo quickly to the point where you can demonstrate it.
Yeah.
You know, and then being on stage with us also puts that added pressure.
Totally.
You know, like you just can't casually kick. I need you to kick full every time. Like there's no marks.
You can't mark when you're on the stage.
There's no marking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really good for a protege to do that. Like the learning experience to be a protege is banana cakes. It's such a great thing to be in such close proximity with instructors.
Yeah.
Because literally I do it all the time. I'll walk over and like, do you have that? No, it's on the left.
Yeah.
You know, and I took my mic away because I'm like, that's a habit.
Yeah.
Like literally like corrections, you know, move the mic, you know?
Yeah.
But it's getting those quick notes to them and quickly correcting them.
Yeah.
And they're getting that one-on-one time with us. But that's because they put so much time and dedication into wanting to be a protege that they're able to be on that stage, and that I can give them these quick notes that I know they can take.
Right. Yeah.
Which is another skill set that you need to be a protege.
1000%.
You got to take corrections. You got to take it quickly and make those adaptations like on the spot right then and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love having them on stage. They bring great energy, which is like very important, which I think how we pick the proteges crushed it because they bring the right energy, the right focus, and then they have to bring that talent, you know, but the energy is always in the forefront, you know, you don't have to kick your head.
Right.
we can work to get there, you know?
Yeah.
That way when we get to that kick line for the Rockettes, you know. But that's, I love the protege program. I think it's an amazing, and if you have an opportunity to get in this program or you're striving to work, kick your own little tushy, get your tushy in gear and let's go.
Yeah.
Because it's worth it.
Yeah. I wish that was something. I mean, I feel like conventions kind of started popping up when we were, but I feel like that wasn't really a thing yet. Like,
no, there
to
wasn't
go and assist.
like
It was either you knew the choreographer and that's why you got to go and assist, or it, that those programs weren't really a thing yet. So I feel like it's such an opportunity.
100% opportunity is the word, especially if you use it correctly. If you really go and you stay open-minded and you take the notes and the small corrections, because you're surrounding yourself with master teachers who, once again, are giving you that one-on-one, real quick moments.
Yeah.
But it might feel like nothing, but those quick one-on-one moments, like don't tip that hip. Hey, make sure we're doing this, like plie. Like those are pro tips. You're getting pro tips real quick.
Yeah.
And you really got to take it. Little pearls just being thrown out like nothing.
Just little gifts.
Yeah. Like you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. 5, 6, 7, 8. Do it again.
I like it.
Totally. And then I even feel like you say, I like the way you explain opportunity, because even if you were to become a protege, just because you made it as a protege, you still have an opportunity that you have to grab. If you just go to each city and don't interact with anybody and just stand on stage once in a while assisting, you are not maximizing opportunity.
Missing it.
And you always hear like, oh, it's so political. Like, well, everyone has the same opportunity to know everybody in the dance world. But if you never take the steps to actually try to meet people, come out of your shell, you're kind of not doing anything.
100%. That's in every industry.
Yeah, everything. In the
Everything.
world.
I don't care if you want to be a dentist, a doctor, you want to be a pilot, or you want to own your own business and do lawns. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. It's about who you know and how you curate and take care of your relationships. How you interact is always going to be more important than actually what you bring to the table.
Absolutely.
I'd rather deal with someone with an amazing attitude, great work ethic, who's always just down to try, than someone that's uber talented, like crazy talented, but a complete diva.
Totally.
I'd be like, diva, take a walk. I'm good with you. Bye. Right? And then I'm going to hang out with the people that want to work hard.
Yeah.
I'd rather do that with half the talent. Like, and that's like, and I feel like that's pretty much most of the industry. Like, if you're doing long days on set, you're doing something, you're filming or you're working on a show, hours get long. Yeah. And you want to be with people that have good energy. Because when we're on that 10th hour of rehearsal and everyone's tired, we don't have time for the one person to be like, I'm tired. Everyone's tired. We're here together. Like, we got to like, stop that. You better smile. Exactly. Exactly.
And then director says like, you know what? We don't need 10 dancers. We're going to change it to 9. Oh, who are we going to get rid of? Like, oh, where's that tired person?
Get rid of that.
Gone. Tired person's gone.
Yeah.
And that's a real thing. But once again, it's grasping that opportunity. It's when you show up on that stage as a protege that you're ready to really like listen, be active, be engaged, right? Like you it's exhausting. Yeah, it's exhausting. No one said it's easy. When I go teach on convention, I'm just not on when I'm on stage. I'm on the whole time I'm in that building.
Yep.
I'm there for everyone. I'm there for parents, other teachers, other studio owners. I'm there for the kids. So like, it doesn't matter where I am. I'm ready to engage and have conversations, answer questions, or just talk about the weather. Like it's just like, I know it's beautiful outside, isn't it?
But like, just making connections wherever Yeah. Smart.
Yeah. Well, everyone should always be welcomed everywhere we go. So when we go to a convention, we're bringing you into an environment that is Carr, that is Rainbow, that is.
And as a protege, you are an ambassador for that. You are part of that experience.
Representing us.
Like you just say, because also, especially for some of our proteges that are returning, they've been getting, some followers here and there. And so I guarantee there's probably a kid that's been watching Annie, let's just say, like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to be in Anaheim and I get to teach with Annie. Like, you as Annie or you as one of the other proteges need to uphold, like, yes, we're so excited that you're come to here and dancing with us. And like, we're excited to have you here too. It needs to be a two-way street.
100%. Yep.
I like it.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, sometimes I have good things to say.
That was pretty good. I mean, you piggybacked off what I was saying, but that was good.
Oh my God.
I like this. This is fun. If you are interested in becoming a protege and auditioning to become a protege, it's only $40 at our convention. So if you're in Anaheim and you're like, wow, I want to be one of those kids on stage, tell your mom, go register, $40, we'll change your bib, and you'll be a part of that audition process.
I'm in. Do I get a discount?
You could get a $1,000 HDE scholarship.
1,000?
Yeah,
Wow.
$1,000 HDE scholarship.
Did that go up, Adrian?
You get a Carr convention T-shirt. You get a Protege Performer T-shirt. You have the opportunity to perform at our 2023 finals, which they did in Anaheim. And you're eligible to become an elite protege.
I got to give a shout out to Jordan. She's one of our proteges. So she is from Talent Factory. At the end of the last season, there was no more California conventions. It ended in New York. And she wanted to, audition to be a protege. Berlin is one of her best friends. And then her parents told her that if she can find a way to pay for the flight, because the last one was in Long Island, New York,
Right.
then she can go with Berlin and they'll pay for the convention if she figures out her flight. Well, long story short, she did figure out a way to make the flight, went to the convention with Berlin, and she did make it as a protege.
I
Look
didn't
at that.
know that.
Where there's a will, there's a
She
way.
was HDE, right?
No, she was
What's
not.
her name?
Jordan. She was.
Oh, I'm thinking Alexis Jordan.
Oh yeah,
she
no,
was
her name's
at
just
HDE.
Jordan.
Okay.
From Talent Factory.
That's what.
I love that's.
That's cool.
Way to make it happen, girl. I
That's
love that.
When
That's
you want
grasping an
something,
opportunity, right?
Get it.
And on top of that, we went to the city after the proteges from last season. We went
Right.
to like downtown.
yeah.
We went to New York, so she got to go do that with Berlin because she's a protege. So we can get content of her. It ended up working out for her super well, and
That's
she
awesome.
deserved it.
Yeah. So
This
we're
or
gonna
that.
play a quick little game of this or that. So I'm gonna give you
We'll
two
go fast, like
options.
popcorn.
It's like
Ooh,
it's like
popcorn.
speed round.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we kind of already answered this, but Blocker Capizio.
Capizio.
Okay. Competition or conventions? Because you
Convention.
judged. Okay. Props or no props when it comes to performances?
Depends on the song and the feel, but props are cool. No props also cool. If it takes 3 days to set up, no prop.
Same thing for tap though, like across all genres, like tap specifically. Props or no props?
All genres.
Okay.
Tap included. Like once again, if we're gonna use a prop, you gotta use a prop.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
want
you
to see
have
you
to
come
use
out with a
it.
prop, touch it, leave it alone a whole piece. Like then why is it out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Agreed.
feel
What do you actually? Now this just reminded me off the top of my head.
I love
it's
that.
A question. It's a question. What do you think about like the solos
you're
and
judging
groups
right away.
too? That bring out like the soundboards for their performances. What do you think about that?
That's right. It's an artistic decision. Yeah. So it's gonna limit our movement, but clearly what we want to hear is more important than transitionally having movement on stage, right? So it's just a different approach of tap dancing as an artistry.
Yeah.
So if I see tap boards come out, then I know rhythmically I should be more inapt to hear like what, that's
Yes.
what they want. They want me to hear their art
Yeah.
opposed to like seeing movement on stage.
Yes. Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Last question.
Yeah.
Taps with socks or without socks?
I tap with socks, but
And always have.
I always have. I don't, it's leather and the shoes get stinky. Like,
And they
who,
rub on the
Oh, yeah.
back.
yeah. And I get these people who are like, yo, you gotta feel your foot in the tap shoe. Like it's not a point shoe for me. Like I don't think you need to feel the floor like that. Like it's loose ankle technique,
Yeah.
so I don't know. Socks, keep your shoes fresh, wear socks.
Yeah.
I was a socks with tap shoes girl.
Socks
but
with tap.
Jocelyn wasn't.
But it was everyone around me. Like it was all of us in our brains were like, no, we don't need socks. Like we thought it was like so hard.
Being
Like
tough.
I
weak
don't know.
weak people wear socks for tap shoes.
Kind of. I don't know why. It was like, and we were
No.
all like 9-year-old little girls. It's not like we were like that intense.
Out here just
but-
really hoofing, just really laying it down
but
at
people
9.
really, they have strong opinions about that. We talked about it last season.
Ooh,
already.
who has strong
She's
opinions?
people.
No, there's people.
Like
Jocelyn.
you too?
Tappers. No, tappers. They're either like
Yeah.
strongly will always wear socks, or they're like, no, I'll never wear socks.
Yeah.
There's never anyone that's like, I'll throw on a sock every now and then. They
It's
don't-
it's all
It's one or the
preference.
other.
It's complete preference. I guess it'll be like, do you like wearing barefoot contemporary, or do you like wearing those like little half guys for
Exactly.
contemporary?
Oh,
You know those little
Those
halfers?
came out after I was done competing.
the
Yeah.
hassles, yeah.
Well, okay. Well,
Yeah.
we don't have to date yourself, but yeah, tap dancers,
Yes.
Okay.
not tappers.
Tap.
I like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
Oh, that
always
makes sense.
yeah. So we don't go jazzers. We don't say I'm a jazzer.
Ooh, okay.
Right?
Yeah,
makes
you're
sense.
right. No one
And that-
says you're a contemporary dancer. You're a
Right.
Okay.
A contemporary.
Contemporary.
interesting.
Yeah, that's a
Tap
tap community thing. We
dancers.
like tap dancer.
Makes
It's
sense.
kind of it's a little no if you go, oh, I'm a
Okay.
tapper, or oh, you're a tapper, and it's kind of like a cringy. You're like,
So if you are a tap dancer and you introduce yourself as a tapper, they're gonna think you're not 1,000% a tap dancer.
facts.
You heard it here first.
It's like if you're from California, you're like, oh, I'm from Cali. We're like, no,
I
you're
hate
not.
that.
No, you're
you're
not.
not.
Don't say
hate that.
If
Cali.
you said Cali, you're not from
No.
California.
We had a great time with Mr. Caley Carr here on our Playback podcast. Did you have a good time?
I had a blast here on the Playback podcast. If you're not following, please follow Playback. Right? Check out Carr. Check out Ultra. I pointed the wrong direction.
It's all good.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Check out all the things as
all
always.
the things. Follow all these things on Instagram.
Yes.
Right?
Where can
Yeah.
they find you?
At Kaylee Carr on Instagram. Find me, follow me, message me if you have questions. If you need tap help, I got you. If you want to know why you shouldn't be called a tapper and I should call you a tap dancer, I'll educate you on that.
Boom.
I got you.
Is there anything that the dancers can say to Zach in case he never sees this, that they can like go up and tell him something fun? Like, I don't know.
That would be like, oh, Kaylee must have gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How can
you know
I?
what I mean? Like
what's a good stab at Zach I could have kids?
that they can
Yeah.
say, they can like tell him or do something that he doesn't, that like annoys him, but they know it's a joke and he doesn't.
Oh man, how can?
We don't have to.
No. I'm trying. I want to know how we
It would
get.
be funny if there
Yeah.
was something.
It would be.
How can we taunt Saunders
Yeah,
all
taunt.
season? Just call him Saunders. If you yell Saunders, that's his last name. But I'm the only guy who calls him Saunders.
Oh, okay. We're gonna
Okay.
get all the
That's
kids calling him that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be like, yo, Saunders, and
Saunders.
he'll be like, what? Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
it.
By the end of the tour, everyone just needs to call him Saunders.
Yeah,
All the
exactly.
proteges for sure.
Yeah, for
Proteges will
sure.
hold it down,
Easy.
yeah.
We need like all the kids.
Yeah.
So if you take Zach's class, we're calling him Saunders.
Uh
The
huh.
whole
Which
year.
is just his last name, but you always gotta be like Saunders, and he'll literally like make it a thing. Saunders. Yeah.
There you go. Saunders.
There it is.
His name was
good.
officially changed today.
Yeah.
There you go.
Poor guy. He's like, I'm no longer Zach.
That's okay. As always, make sure you guys are following us on all things podcast, HDE, and of course, Carr, Rainbow, Ultra, and DAC,
And Kaylee Carr.
and Kaylee Carr as well. Thank
Follow
you guys
my
for
journey.
listening. Yes, and they can find all of your past performances and everything from your past conventions and everything on your Instagram and stuff like that. We
Find
want to
it.
check it out. Get excited for this upcoming season. As always, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you on the road. Bye.